morning to another super volatile day on this Thursday, the 5th of March, 2020, and the time right now about 9:12 a.m. Central Time. Need I tell you? We've had some good rallies in the stock market and some big breaks over the past few days, and this is anything but normal. I mean, you wake up to a 2 to 4% move almost every day. Hard to get your arms around it. We know what's going on. And I'm going to be doing a report on the stock indices later today to show where the markets are in these ranges and what I think you should expect out of them. So be ready for that. Nice bounce in the gold market. The question is, can it do anything with it? And I'll be covering that later today. Silver market bouncing. Copper market keeps winding into a very narrow range. OPEC, we keep hearing that they're going to do 1.5 million barrel a day cut. Iran came out and said that's the done deal. Problem is Russia's not on board, at least at the time that I'm putting out this update. This very well then could be the end of Russia plus OPEC. If it is, you've got the U.S. producing unbridled. Russia could go do what it wants. And what is OPEC then really able to do? So this becomes an interesting turning point in the history of OPEC and certainly history of OPEC Plus if Russia doesn't get what it wants. And remember, there's a reason Mr. Novak ran back to Russia yesterday. Russia has a way of squeezing you, and I think OPEC's learning it. When we come to the grain markets, we're basically on the downside today. Wheat's up a fraction, if anything, but most of the other market parts to this are trying to go to the downside. Bonds and notes, well, we're still getting bids, as you can see in the note market. So when you put it together, interesting day. But let's go to the economic data, if it has a meaning, because the coronavirus is what's running things. Back for January data, and remember, this is March 5th, so this is older. Factory orders down 0.5. They were only looking for it down 0.1. This is not a good number. It's that simple. There was a little bounce and a good one in orders ex defense, okay, but then you come ex transportation, it wasn't so good. I'd give the report a problem. In the fourth quarter, revised productivity and unit labor costs up 1.25%, about where they expected, no problems there. And non-farm labor costs were up 0.9. They expected up 1.4%. So we're not getting the push on the labor. That's good. Challenger unplanned or planned job cuts were down 16.4%. That's another good number. It doesn't look like corporations are getting rid of a lot of people. Jobless claims down 3,000. Weekly claims, that's a good number. You're just sideways right through there. And as I said, OPEC said that they're going to be looking now for the members. Iran doesn't make any cuts, so it's the one of all things that comes out and says, oh yeah, it's going to be 1.5 million a barrel a day cut. Who's going to shoulder that? It's going to be UAE, Saudi Arabia, Kuwait. It's got to be those players. And if Russia doesn't come in, what's the impact of it? Why do it? That's another question. So a lot of things going on here. As I said, later in the day, I'm intending to make some time this afternoon, and I'm going to put out a report on just stock indices. I'm going to use some Fibonacci numbers, give you an idea where the retracements are. When you get these retracements, what's the difference between a retracement or a change of trend? We'll be talking about that. You hear a lot about these V bottoms coming out in the market. Is that going to be the case or more of a gradual U-turn when we're beyond the coronavirus issue? That's all going to be there. And I'm going to cover all the major stock indices. May also cover for you the QQQ, the DIA, the SPY. So if you'd like to see it, I'll send an email if you're on our mailing list. If not, you may want to get to one of our free offerings on our website. And when it goes out, I'll do a blast so everybody knows that it's there. You can click here if you're watching me on YouTube to get to any of our free offerings. But this won't be here until late this afternoon. Got that? An email will be sent out when I finish it. I'm Ira Epstein. You have a